That is crazy to think about, though, that if you wouldn't have right-hand drive swapped that, you at least been paralyzed, like easy. That's
the seats
so
were touching.
Insane. No way,
Yeah,
like the top of them?
like the passenger seat, the passenger seat and the driver's seat was like this.
Welcome back to the Circle of Drift podcast, where we interview some of the most interesting personalities within the industry. My name is Dawson, and today we have on Prizza Mike here to talk about his near-death experience with his 240.
They forklifted out, put it down, thing's cooked. They were like, you can't drive this car. I was like, peel right in front of their shop, and then park it, and then fix it right there.
Along with somehow finding a $50 Integra.
You gotta find a crackhead. This is the best way to do it.
A crackhead owning an Integra?
Yeah. They're probably asking about my sedan. I bought it for $50.
How he managed to make YouTube his full-time career and why he thinks RC is even better than Sim.
This is gonna be the new wave, I feel like. Because drifting is it's getting hard to do. RC drifting, you kind of get the same feel. Can't lie.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era.
I'm gonna take a little left-hand approach to this episode and let a lot of you guys, read off the question. Well, I guess I'm reading them off, but they're coming from you guys. So if this episode isn't good, it's on you. So stick around to find out. But if you haven't, look below the video, make sure the subscribe button is not still red. If it is, go ahead and click that and hit the bell notification while you're at it so you never miss an episode. And on top of that, 20% off on Nova tires. Do not show up to the first event with not enough tires. That's a bad look, and you don't get enough seat time. So take advantage of it while you can. And then, Grassroots Hero steering wheels. The fucking nasty gloves, dude. These are sick. If you haven't tried those, check them out. And, I won't blab too much about merch. But, dude, how's it going?
It's going good.
Good trip up here?
Yeah, solid 8 hours to start us off.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you.
They came in like zombies last night.
Yeah, the hospitality.
Great.
You're welcome to sin, so appreciate you.
Absolutely. Well, first question I got for you, I'm going to start it off with mine. Cool. Where'd PrizzaMike come from? Where's that name from?
So the Mike part comes from my name.
Well, no, I kind of figured that, but...
Just kidding, I'm kidding. So Prizza, actually, it came from this show my brother and I watched as kids, and... it was supposed to be Prizza, and it just means pizza. That's all it is.
Pizza?
Yeah. But I have since changed how it's said to Prizza, just because I think that's better. And since it's like kind of made up, we're like,
okay,
all right, yeah.
Well, okay, so it was. You said it was a show?
It was from a show. Like some guy just said it in
what
a
show.
What show
was it?
It's called Check It Out.
Check It Out. That sounds familiar.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up? Oh, hell.
It was on Adult Swim, like back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Like one of those like late night
fair.
shows.
Yeah,
It's just like, what is
some
this?
dude in his office just making up some cartoon.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Steve Brule with Channel 5 News.
What the Oh, okay. Well, we'll just roll into, because I answered that pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, no real depth there.
Yeah.
My brother and I just having fun.
All right. So let's see. What do you guys got? Okay. Well, we'll start here. How you got the knowledge on just working on cars?
Well, I guess it came from buying my first car, the two-door right-hand drive Integra, although it wasn't right-hand drive when I bought it. When I bought the car, it was old, it needed work, so I decided to hang out with friends that knew about cars. And I realized, maybe just based on what I was seeing, I was like, I don't know if they really know what they're doing.
Does anybody really?
So I decided, what, let me just go to school and like learn how to do this stuff, because, the Integra was pretty old, it was falling apart, quarters were rotted off of it. So I wanted to, fix it up, shape it up a little bit. So went to junior college, got my associate's degree in applied science there, and then transferred to Southern Illinois University, got my bachelor's degree in automotive technology. I will say not that the paper means anything.
Oh, no, I'm a firm believer in college is a big scam and waste of money.
It can be, but in automotive...
That's not advice. Do not take after me.
Go to school. It's good.
Yeah, do whatever you believe.
But the teachers were, if you were a person that wanted to ask them something, they wanted to help you. So if
Cool.
you're just someone who's going through it, like, yeah, whatever. But if you're trying to maximize your time there, they'll tell you all the information you want to know. So my car was in the building probably every day. Just like, how does this work? What do I do with it? So I learned as much as I could.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess just surrounding myself with the right people is the best way to put it.
That's good. Okay. And then why no hot hatch build? I don't really know what that means.
Right.
We kind of looked at that one last night. You can kind of answer that how you think.
Hot hatch. Does that mean like...
Or we can just make fun of the dude that asked it.
I don't know.
You want to call him out?
I mean, my 240 is a hatch. My Z is a hatch. My Integra is a hatch. Is that not a hot hatch, though? I'm not sure what that
I don't
is.
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a silly question. Anyways, how long until the 240's done? Like fully.
So I kind of like put that car on pause because I want a bigger location to really tear it all the way down again and like sandblast the bottom. But I don't have enough space right now, so I'm trying to wait until I get a decent sized shop space. It doesn't even have to be like a crazy shop, just like more.
What do you need, like, all the space to
I need
to do physically to the car?
I need to pull everything off of it. So like,
Oh, God.
there's no room to put.
So you need a place to store all the shit while it's off the car.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get that.
Because I can't leave it
always a
outside
pain.
because I'll get more letters in the mail.
Oh, tell me about that, dude. So when did that start?
Before I left for college, actually.
Really?
Pre-YouTube. Oh yeah, it's always been.
Is it just some neighbor pissed off about you?
They're not the greatest looking cars outside. So
that's fair.
it started with this 240 hatch I got for free, and it was so bad. Like I ended up having to give it away for free. It was rust free.
Damn.
Yeah, pre-COVID. So
Gave it away.
Yeah, it's like someone has to get this car. I'm getting too many letters. So,
What the so they're just like, it's just the state or city, I guess.
Yeah, city.
Probably complaining. That's so lame. I hate that happens.
Yeah.
I was with I had a buddy that had an Audi TT or something. I think that's what it was, and it was on jack stands in the driveway. HOA neighborhood and shit. That didn't last long at all.
Not a chance. I'm not even in HOA, and it's still like.
Yeah. Is that a big problem up there? Like just normal?
Not really. It's like once you're on the map, you're always going to be on the map. So they're always going to drive by and just like check on you. Yeah. So,
that's so lame.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, not everyone wants to look at that kind of crap. So I understand. Like having 6 cars stacked like on the driveway that are like mismatched. I get it.
Yeah. You telling me you don't make enough from YouTube to just build a shop?
Okay, in Illinois, it's different.
I know.
It's different.
Let's talk about that. Explain it.
Man,
because I know that's a big misconception
definitely
that people have.
Because people are always like, why don't you just get a shop with your friends? Oh, the shops by us, they're like $5,000 minimum. And if it's a good deal, a good location, it's no automotive required.
Really?
Or not required, but allowed. Yeah, so like it's kind of hard. And if you do find a shop, it's like it's just not big enough.
What would the shops be used for?
I don't know.
What the
Yeah.
Storage? And that's
Actually, yeah, probably storage. That's like the most common one we see on Marketplace.
Wow.
So I've just been saving up to get a down payment to just buy something.
Yeah.
Because renting in Illinois is not the move.
Do they not have like a first-time buyer program? Like if you just get a house with a big enough shop?
They do, but the rates for a self-employed, because I'm technically a 1099.
Oh, yeah,
that ain't, no, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought this house before I became self-employed. So
see, that's the way to do it.
Primo, yeah.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, I've looked into it. I've tried, dude. So I'm just figuring it out myself now. Hopefully this year is the goal. We're looking pretty good.
Well, good. We'll go buy his merch. Go subscribe. Go watch his videos. Do all the things, man. What made you the person that you are today? These are going to be all over the place, by the way, because, again, you guys asked this. And if you didn't even know, pay attention to the Instagram stories, because that's where I post these so that you can't ask questions. But, yeah.
What made me the person I am today?
Yeah.
I would say overcoming struggle.
How do you mean?
So, like, when you're faced with hardship, which is guaranteed to happen, it's how you overcome it. So it's like, some people think, you reach a certain point and then things become easy. what I've begun to realize is the higher you go, the more you have to deal with. But the less hard, I guess, all those other things have become. So once you build your mentality, you build yourself.
Or how do you keep a strong mentality?
Growth. You don't go back to old ways.
Have you ever found yourself in a predicament where you keep falling back into old ways?
I wouldn't say keep falling back, but I'll slip sometimes, and like, not like it's bad things, but like, you know, little bad habits here and there, like staying up too late. I still do that. It's like, it's not good. I know my sleep schedule is important, but you know, me and Maddox stay up all the time.
We do it all the time too, man. You'll look at the clock and be like, oh, fuck, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah. You see,
I gotta go to bed, dog.
So like stuff like that, you know, still struggling with, but at least we're grinding and getting stuff done. So I justify it.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal.
So how do you find the balance for all that stuff? Because like you hear successful people talk about that shit all the time. Like there's still a balance that you have to find. It may not be the best, but you know, what's your balance?
My balance? I don't know. It's just if I can get through the day and still have somewhat of a mentality, I'm good. As long as I'm progressing mentally, I think I'm good.
Yeah. You think that's like a big problem in the drift scene? Just like, you know, mental problems?
I like to just try not to blame things and just see what I can control myself.
Well, good. Well, we ain't got to go all down the sappy road.
Yeah, right?
That was a deep question. I know there's a couple more deep ones in here, so just hold out for those. Where do I find a deal for a $50 Integra?
Oh, you got to find a crackhead. This is the best way to do it.
A crackhead owning an Integra?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably stolen.
They're probably asking about my sedan. I bought it for $50.
Oh, explain that then.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
So I was going to school in Carbondale at the time. I had probably $60 in my bank account. This guy posted this Integra for sale on this Carbondale page. It was I was in SIU. And he posted it for like $800. I was like, all right, I'll come look at it. Knowing I didn't have any money. But I knew where that car was. So like, I would drive past it like daily. Like,
yeah.
Oh, there's that sedan again. So we met up, looked at the car. I was like, so tell me about it. Like, why are you selling it? Because I knew it was there. But, you know, playing dumb. Oh, I just can't get it to start. I think the start is going out.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, crank it over. Cranks perfectly fine. I'm looking in there. I peel back the timing cover. Belt's not spinning. I'm like, okay, the engine's blown. It's auto. 10 interior. The front end smashed. The rear end is totaled. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to buy this thing. I was like, tell you what.
You're just wailing them down now, yeah.
I was like, tell you what, I'll give you $40.
No.
He's like, get out of
way.
here. Yeah, and then we just went our separate ways. A couple days go by. Hey, bro.
Take 50.
Can you do 50? I was like, yeah, I got you. And I drove.
Dude, he must have been desperate.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Drove my right-hand drive Integra there. Flat towed it back to my house. Junkyard engine, junkyard interior, junkyard trans. That was a daily.
God.
And a rear
That's
clip.
wild. So how much like total is in it now, you think?
Probably under
Nothing?
$5,000. Well, JDM front kind of.
Yeah.
And 5 lug.
You seem to find deals like this like often. Like just obviously not $50 deals. That's pretty wild, but
that was a wild one.
Like really good deals on cars. Like is that you just be scouring Facebook all the time?
You got to look at how they buy them. They're junk. Like no one wants it.
Well, I know.
And they're sitting there for a while. That's the best too. How long they sit up for sale. Like,
Yeah.
all right, bro. I see this listing. You want to get rid of it or not? You know what I mean? Like I don't say it like that, but you know they want to get rid of it. But the listing's still up.
Right.
So like, all right, they'll take a low ball at this point.
So how long do you think like where's the line of like how long a listing's been up to where like you're ready to just lowball the fuck out of these people?
It depends on what it's for sale, but like the Gloria, that thing was totaled when I got it.
Oh yeah.
But it had low miles. The rest of the car looked mint. Went there, looked at it, got a few bucks off, you know. All right, now I got a Gloria. And it came with the rear clip. I was like, dude, how is there a rear half cut for a Gloria here already?
That's
It's
crazy.
just meant to be.
How far was it from you?
St. Louis, so like probably 4 or 5 hours. Shout out
not bad.
Mr. Cho FDM for helping me bring that back. But
Cho's the man. But how's that like collab? Because y'all do content together a lot, right? How
Just here
far
and
is
there.
he from you?
He's not far. No,
Oh.
like probably 30 minutes away.
Oh, damn. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're close by.
Sick.
Yeah, but we're always so busy doing our own thing. Sometimes in the summer, we'll try and just catch up and just not even film, just hang out.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we'll move on to the next one.
Cool.
Actually, Maddox, there's a question in here somewhere about where you came from. So let's just go ahead and tackle that.
Hop in, bro. Hop in the stoop.
We'll put you on the spot. Oh, I mean, you could stay there.
Yeah, might just chill.
You ain't got to move.
You
You can just like pull the mic in between y'all.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it went that far.
We'll jump back into the things. Yeah, they'll move all over the
Where
place.
did I come from? I don't know. Mike hit me up one day to hang out, and we just been hanging out every weekend ever since then, pretty much.
Just like, have you always known each other though?
Yeah, like when I was really young, we skated skate competitions all like.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so like we've known each other for a while, but we just started hanging out one day, and we haven't stopped hanging out. We've been grinding.
Now you're just part of the videos.
Pretty much.
Just a normal character.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Was there anything that you want to mention to the audience?
Not that I can think of right now.
For sure.
All right. Well, I mean, do you plan on like staying in the videos? Is this gonna be like
yeah,
a normal
for sure.
thing now?
For sure.
Okay.
It's fun.
Hell yeah.
Good times. Good like chemistry, I guess. I don't know. It's good.
Always an adventure, I guess.
Literally. Always have fun.
Yeah, whenever I hit my friends up, they're like, oh, we gotta go. We always know it's something
Yeah.
going on.
Always fun, dude.
It's always something.
Hell yeah. So what do y'all do off camera then? Like what's the usual?
Probably skate, RC drift in the winter.
RC,
We all
chill.
show a bunch of that stuff on camera too.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
true.
So this is literally just y'all's life.
Yeah.
Like
Pretty much.
you literally record every day of
We
your
do eat
life,
food a
just
lot.
what you do.
Dude, we eat a lot of food.
They just came back from Waffle House, bro. Like,
Yeah, we eat a lot.
I don't even know how we got on the top. This is so random. I'm sorry, but I don't even know how we got on the topic of it. But Waffle House came up last night, and then like 5 minutes later, we were deciding we're going,
Yeah.
and then they went back this morning. So
We don't have Waffle House by us,
don't
man.
got
yeah. Hell
Oh,
yeah,
you can.
I feel that.
I'm trying to eat so much Waffle House, I don't want to eat it ever again.
I'm already getting to that point.
Oh hell yeah! All right, well, I guess that answered the question. So, is there anything else do you want to add anything to that?
No, he said it.
No.
Skate life. Once
Pretty
you,
much.
the thing is with skateboarding, is that's a connection on a whole different level. Because like
Yeah.
skate brain, you can tell when someone's a skater.
I kind of got a taste of that. I started off in skating and then moved to BMX.
Okay.
But I was
Same
way
type-
better at BMX.
Same type of mentality.
Same
though.
mentality.
Yeah,
Same type of mentality.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not hardly friends with anyone that I was friends with when I was that young.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, just different cities. People move, stuff like that. But hell yeah. Well, that's cool. Okay. So, next dude has, what is your dream Japanese vehicle?
Probably an S13.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Best car ever made.
Explain that, because a lot of S chassis owners say that, but like
I wonder
when
why.
it comes to explaining it, they're like, dude, I don't know, man. They're just great.
They were just built just enough to be a car. Not like it wasn't fine-tuned from the factory. It wasn't like supposed to be a performance car. It's just a regular econo box. But what makes it great is what the builders do to it.
Mm.
So it's like you are the only reason that car is great. That's why there's such a connection, I think.
Okay. Like, I guess a lot of that falls on like the aftermarket backing to it as well.
Definitely
because
helps.
you got to be able to stylize it. What's crazy to me is an S chassis is one of the one cars that you can look at over and over again in multiple variations, and it never looks the same, hardly, which is wild. A 350Z just looks like a computer mouse through and through
Yep.
every single time.
I love Z's.
Yeah, they're great cars.
Great cars.
But,
No, I know what you mean.
you know.
What's crazy to me is there's still parts being produced for an S chassis.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, how old is that car now? 20-something? 30?
30. Easy. Yeah. Right? It's 30, right?
Damn.
Over 30.
The comments will yell at us if we're wrong. But
well, mine's in 89. It was the first year of it for
dude,
America.
That's so crazy.
36 years old?
Damn.
Yeah, 36, yeah. God dang, dude.
Right?
That's crazy. And now, like, what Josh was saying from Front Street, there's that dude on, was it Alibaba or something? That
the 86?
Yeah, starting to make chassis and stuff for all these older 80s cars, you know, maybe. Yeah. Why?
That's chassis near you.
No, what? What does that mean?
Give it a couple years, you'll see.
Oh, okay. Do we need to cut that out?
Nah, you can leave that in there.
All right, cool. Josh, make just a tiny clip of that. That's great. Look, season's coming up quick, and you do not want to be that one guy that shows up to the very first event without enough tires, because that sucks, and you don't get enough seat time. So Zeknova is helping you guys out to prepare for the season with 20% off on their tires. You can check it out with the link in the description. Just use my code CircleOfDrift, and you will get 20% off. So whether you just need some for the first event or you're stacking up for the entire season, don't miss out on that. Take advantage of it. You never want to pay full price if you don't have to. And on top of that, the first 20 people to use the Circle of Drift code, we're going to throw in some free merch on top of it. If you could go back in time, would you avoid getting your 240SX T-boned? This dude's been watching you since then.
Damn, that's a good question. Because I often think about that. It's like, yeah, I didn't want my car to get smashed, but seeing what came from it, kind of hard to trade that. I mean, the car does exist still.
Yeah.
Which is all that I could ask for. It's maybe not done, you know, but
right.
It exists enough to where I'm like, I wouldn't change a thing.
It's an operable car, technically.
Not only that, like in the material world, but my mentality changed from that crash because I should have died. Like,
that is true.
I'm the only, if you think about it, I right-hand drive swapped that car.
Oh, yeah.
So if it was still left-hand drive, I probably would have died. Like the best way to describe how hard the hit was, the trans tunnel was hitting the drive shaft. Like it was the trans tunnel.
God bless, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever said that on the internet? Like how in depth that was?
I think I showed it in one of the videos. I had to use a pry bar and like fry my trans tunnel and then drove it to the drift event. 4.5, 5 hours.
Why did you choose to drive it after the fact?
I had a tow scheduled. Tow bailed same day. I'm like, fuck it, I'm driving there. I'm not missing this event. You kidding me?
Oh my god. Well, no, like
you mean drive it
like after the damage? Why did you choose to
that's
continue to drive it?
That's my car. It's my best friend.
Like, did you? Well, I like the way you put that. Yeah, but like. What made you decide, like, it's still good? Like, I'm still going back out. Well, and who the fuck approved it? For one, because that's crazy.
The yard, I asked them to pull it out, which I don't know how they let it go, but it was expensive to get it out the yard. I went there the next day.
Really? How much did it cost?
Over $1,000. And they towed it 2 miles away from the crash scene. So I'm like, held it overnight one night. I'm like, really? Whatever. Give me my car. They forklifted it out, put it down, things cooked. They were like, you can't drive this car. Like telling me, don't drive it. You can't. You're going to have someone pick it up. Started the car. I probably shouldn't say this, but started the car. Fully smashed still. Never, like, didn't change it. It was basically a burnout because, like, front brakes were on because, you know, the front end was smashed in.
Yeah.
So, like, peel right in front of their shop. And then park it and then fix it right there.
No way.
Yeah, right there, jacked it up.
How long did it take you to fix it?
30 minutes. Lower control arm, inner tie rod, tension arm.
That's wild.
And then
just
a couple donuts right there. And then drove it home.
Celebratory donuts. I get it. Yeah. Okay. Well, Jesus. How weird was it driving the car with, like, how fucked up it was? Like, I mean, there's no windshield. There's no windows.
The windshield was still on it. It was just, like, completely cracked.
Yeah.
Couldn't really see out of it. And it was raining.
It's so crazy to me, man.
That's the clip of me driving with my exhaust dragging.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, like thumbs up, like.
Oh, I'm good. I'm having the time of my life.
Yep, straight up.
Oh, well, why? Like, I guess, why did you ultimately make the decision to completely rebuild that car?
So I was actually not planning to.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going into just, all right, let me see if I can drive this thing. All right, it drives. The engine still runs. All right, it works. Okay, I got a boost leak. The pipe's bent. Let me just fix that. All right, car is good. It's just a little bent. Can it drift? Let me see. I already have a drift pass for that day. I was planning to do season closer. That year, that was a road trip year where I drove to the West Coast, drove Park Drift, 2 days, Spirit Peaks, Lake Tahoe, like full. And I painted it that year after 8 years of building it. So it was like, I just finished the car. Hadn't even been done like 5 months. So I wanted to end the year with a bang. So I'm like, all right, let's try and drift this thing. Reached out to the guys at Club FR that run the events at US Air. I'm like, hey, I already had a ticket. I've been to at least 6-year events this year already.
Yeah.
Can I drive it? They're like, well, does it have all the stuff still to pass tech? I'm like, yeah, it's just a little bent. All right, yeah, it's fine.
I guess it is almost like just driving one of those little exo kart drift cars, you know?
I got a lot of hate, I guess, for that. People are like, how does this pass tech with my car with no...
Well, that's what I was saying. Who approved it earlier? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. They looked over the car. I mean, like, yeah, it's T-boned, but, like, obviously there's not going to be a passenger in it.
Yeah.
I did some tandems, but they weren't, like...
Did you have to take the windshield out because it was so bad?
I took it out, yeah.
Oh,
They did ask about that. I was like, yeah, I was planning to pull the glass already.
Well, that's cool.
But they're like, you can't follow anyone, which is reasonable. And obviously no passengers. So, yeah.
But people could chase you?
Yeah.
And that's totally cool.
Totally cool. I mean, what's going to happen? I get hit in the same spot? It's not like...
You're literally inside your car in tandems.
That would be crazy. Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy to think about, though, that if you wouldn't have right-hand drive swapped that, you at least been paralyzed, like easy.
Oh, definitely. The
That's
seats were
so
touching.
insane. No way.
Yeah,
like the top of them?
Like the passenger seat. The passenger seat and the driver's seat was like this.
Dude, that's so wild. Wow, man. Well, there's so many ways I could go with this. Well, did you at any point like ever regret the rebuild? Like you're going through the process and you're like, fuck, I'm way in over my head.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I think we got off the topic here. That was.
Oh, yeah, continue then. Yeah.
So after, I was planning to drift the event and just be done with the car and like shell swap. That was the plan. After the drift event, though, I was like, dude, this car is good. It's still good. It still has the same soul.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if I just try to fix it? Like, if it doesn't work, whatever, then I'll shell swap.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll try it. Found Elmark. That's the first place I took it to. It's a frame shop. I met him through my previous job, which I actually got fired from when I got in the T-bone. I got fired because I was out of work because I couldn't walk. So like I got hit so hard that my, whatever.
So it doesn't matter.
So I worked at his shop in trade to use the frame machine.
Oh,
so no job.
What do you have you doing?
Like timing belts on Subarus, like just maintenance,
Gotcha.
Like some body work.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he would teach me what to do. Oh, pull it from here, jack it from here. It was like,
you got to learn some shit
you can make an anime
man.
out of this type of stuff. Like, this guy was a legend. He had pictures on the wall of all these 2000 spec builds he did.
Damn.
Yeah, like Supras. He's like, this is my old Supra. This is my JDM Integra. I'm like, no way.
I want to interview that guy. That sounds cool.
Yeah, he's a Filipino guy too. Super cool, super chill.
Nice.
We had lunch every day.
Yeah.
He would tell me about his business, how he came over from the Philippines. Like, an absolute legend.
That's so cool.
He had the like 240 quarter, like a brand new pre-stamp, like factory Nissan quarter panel for an S13, chilling in the back. The same side I needed. I'm like
boxed up and everything?
Not in the box. Still the part number on it though.
That's cool though.
I ended up not using that quarter because I was like, dude, this is too good.
This needs to go on a pristine build.
It'll be used to make more. Let's just say that.
Oh. Things are clicking. No more context. That's cool, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Where were we at from that? What was the point of that?
Oh yeah, the point was I was just gonna try and fix the car, and if it didn't work, I was gonna shell swap. But it ended up working. Okay. I knew it was good when I closed the door on the smash side, and it just latched perfectly, and I was like, huh.
You got that good clunk. It was like, my heart's whole again.
And put the glass in, and I was like,
things are going
all
together.
The interior trim fit with all the tabs.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Damn, dude.
All with a $200 MIG welder.
Hey, the Harbor Freight?
No.
Oh,
it's a Hobart.
them Harbor Freight ones are tanks, dude. They put in work. But you said it was where?
It's a Hobart. I don't know who makes Hobart, but it's a good welder. I bought it on Amazon.
I've heard of that before. Anyways, well, the second half of that question, did you ever regret any part of the process?
That's right. So mid build, I was like, dude, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
It was when the car was like completely scattered on the driveway. Like I had the roof off, the core support, the firewall, the whole left side of the car, the door, subframes. I'm like, dude, I'm about to build a car. This is a Lego.
Oh no.
Like, what am I doing?
Dude, yeah, literally. That literally puts a whole different emphasis on the whole, like, our toys. We don't get rid of the toys, or they just get bigger or whatever.
Which, I mean, another side topic. That's how I grew up, was building, obviously, Legos, but these model cars. That's what I was asking about these, because I grew up building these. I probably built easily 30, 40 of those.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I still have yet to do one of those, and I really want to.
It's fun.
Yeah. How long do they usually take? You think?
Depends on
because they look tedious.
You can do it in a day. You can do it in a month. It depends on how detailed you want it.
Well, with 3 cats, I gotta be cautious.
Well, that's more help.
What?
3 helpers.
Nah, I'm worried they're gonna go trample all over it because I wouldn't be able to do it all at once.
No, they'll just lay in the box. It'll be good. I know cats.
Fair point. Oh, okay. Which one is your favorite and which is your least favorite and why of all the vehicle systems you've DIY'd, like suspension, electrical, drivetrain, etc.?
Interesting.
That's
Well, I'll start with the least favorite.
Question.
Brake lines.
Yeah.
When you have to manually flare them and bend them.
That.
Oh my gosh.
I've done that once and I won't do it again.
Same. My Integra. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that's definitely least favorite. Most favorite? Probably, I mean, wheels and coils. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably the most satisfying.
Oh, yeah. It's just a couple easy access, best results.
Yeah. Well, like Jimmy says all the time, it like completely changes the whole vibe of a car.
Definitely.
As soon as you put coilovers in. Just coilovers alone. Just like, I know wheels are like what makes a car. Mm-hmm. Like that's the showpiece of a car. But just lowering a car makes it look 100 times better every single time.
Definitely.
You drop a Pinto, man, and it's still that like 50% better looking.
Yep, instantly.
Yeah. What about other ones?
I like wiring.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I hate wiring.
See, that's most
dig
people,
into it.
But that's why I enjoyed school, because they like drill it into you to get wiring diagrams down. So I learned how, the ins and outs, different manufacturers write them differently.
Yeah.
How to trace the diagram, find the exact pin you need, what wire color, where it goes, what it does, what's the reading.
Yeah.
And then that translated now to, okay, I can just wire this KA to the Z, no problem.
Huh.
Yeah, so that definitely paid off.
Okay, so if you could give like a brief rundown on how to understand a wiring diagram in its most basic form. Obviously, there's so many different ones, so that might be a little hard. But just to anyone that doesn't understand wiring, like hardly at all, what would your first piece of advice be?
Just, I look at it like a map.
Okay.
So it's like there's a starting point and an end point. And then there could be stops in between.
Okay.
So I like to isolate the wire you're looking for and just trace it through its route. What does it do? Who does it visit? You know.
Just stop by grandma's house on the way.
Donuts on the way? Did it get pulled over?
Oh my god. Speaking of that, are cops bad up near where you are, pulling you over and stuff?
This dude put his head like this. Yes.
Yep.
So one of these days I gotta post my ticket spread.
No way. How many tickets have you gotten?
Easily over 100.
What?
Easily.
How does your license not get revoked?
Here's the hack.
Oh, here we go.
Number 1, if it's a petty offense, which is anything less than a misdemeanor, go to court every single time, dress up decent, pay the whole fine, and ask for court supervision. Whatever it takes to get court supervision, do that. Because court supervision will remove it from your record after 3 months.
What?
So it doesn't count. And it doesn't go to your insurance.
That's wild.
But people just pay the ticket and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they get 3 tickets and they're done.
So is that just an Illinois thing, or is that
I'm pretty sure it's anywhere. I mean, don't quote me because I'm
Right. But yeah,
But-
don't take any advice.
Yeah. Don't take legal advice.
You get off of this.
But go to court. And
That's cool though. That's a good little hack. Wow. How much money in total do you think you have in tickets?
Thousands. And lawyers. Because if it's a misdemeanor,
yeah.
get a lawyer. All you got to do is just pay for the lawyer. They just go there like, okay, you're a lawyer? Yeah, petty offense. They don't care.
Yeah, they just want the money.
They just want the money.
Yeah.
The fine, obviously, you got to pay the fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the hack.
Okay. Well, if you fuck that up, don't come to me or him.
Yeah.
Saying
Just
that we
what
did
happened
it.
to me.
Just clarifying that. YouTube, you heard it. Any lawyer watching, you fucking heard it too. Oh my god. All right. This one's a little off the topic of drifting, but favorite skateboarder, chassis mod, and tell him to come drift and skate in Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with favorite skater. Probably currently, and for a while now, probably Chris Jocelyn.
Okay.
He's a real one. Not only in his skating, but as a person, he's real. I've watched interviews with him. He's down to earth. I don't know.
I don't follow skating hardly at all anymore. So
Style, God, he has all the bags of tricks. Nollie back heel down 10 sets. Who's doing that?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I was wearing his shoes in the crash photo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
damn.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Also, Chris Cole's an honorable mention.
I'm trying to think. Because that name sounds really familiar. I don't know. I'd have to see a picture of him. But you said who else?
Chris Cole.
Okay.
Just 2000 style.
Yeah.
Big tray flip guy. Back 3 guy. Blunts. Good stuff. Blunt's a trick, all right?
I know. I just forgot about it. Was so quick, and, the audience that doesn't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the other ones on there?
So the second part of that was favorite chassis mods. Or S chassis mods, sorry.
S chassis mods. Relocating the rack. I always recommend that.
Really?
Yeah, move the rack forward 10 millimeters.
Yeah. Z's the same way, because,
really?
most cars, I feel are that way. The rack needs to be relocated in some way for drifting, but, yeah, you got to move it forward a little bit, and does it make things so much better.
Even with the stock knuckle. I don't know.
Yeah. And there's a little offset. I don't trust offset rack spacers at all.
Forbidden mod, as I like to call it.
The forbidden mod?
Yeah, that's going to break your rack.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to screw the seals up on the ends. Easy. Don't do that. Or if that's all you can do, I understand.
I mean, I've done it.
But
I was in a pinch and I did it. My rack blew. Wonder why.
Yep. Well, I did it on the first event with the RB swap.
Oh, did you?
And I thought that was causing my rack to go out. So I did the rack relocation and then still went.
Damn.
Through multiple racks trying to figure out my power steering issue. That's a whole story. I've told that before. You can go back to other episodes. But, yeah. But let me ask you this. This isn't one of these. But what is the one thing about working on a car that you absolutely hate? Because for me, one is wiring. Mm-hmm. But you obviously like wiring. So What is that one thing?
Anything with rust.
Really?
Anything with rust.
I don't have to deal with that much down here.
Yeah, must be nice. I've put my time in at shops like Meineke. I worked at Meineke for a while I was going to school. Every car is rusty. Damn. It's like you look at it, you're like, oh.
What's the most common spots for it to rust out there?
The whole bottom of the car. Everything.
Just with all the salt and stuff.
Oh, yeah. The nut doesn't even look like a nut anymore. It's like one encapsulated rust ball. You don't see any threads. You got your grinder ready. You got your torch ready.
And some cutting sockets.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes off of that.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Damn. Dude, those cutting sockets have saved my ass one too many times. And because on the Z's, have you ever messed with a Z?
Never.
Okay, so the frame stud that holds the compression arm, the lower compression arm up front, it likes to rust no matter what. So the bushing gets basically rusted on or welded on. And it is one of the worst things on the planet to get off, dude.
Really?
I had to sit there with a torch on it for 20 minutes. And after I had already melted the bushing off, so I slid the arm off, and it's just the solid part of the bushing stuck on it. And it's still ripped off some of the threads and stuff. You gotta watch out for that on this fucking Z's.
Damn.
But yeah, that's about my extent of a rust issue. Yeah.
So you agree rust is probably the worst then?
No, wiring is.
Still wiring?
But yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. I had to do the most minor of wiring for the Link. No. No. My tuner was like, dude, I'm trying to make harnesses for those expansion looms so that people can just buy them and plug and play. I'm like, fucking sold, dude. Yeah. Let me get you those measurements. Okay. But yeah, I can't. Anyone that loves wiring, shout out to you. That's crazy. So, were you ever embarrassed filming YouTube content around your friends or family?
Oh, yeah. Still am.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
weird,
think
dude.
I will ever get over that.
Right?
I hate it.
It's gotten better, I will say. But it's still just like, I look cringe right now. I'm holding the camera like, dirt.
You look like such a dork.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
How do you get over that? Because because you kind of have to. That's your content. It's just your life. So me, I can kind of get away with it a little bit for now.
Yeah.
And I don't. But Waffle House, dude, you walked in with the
Sony,
the A7 IV or whatever. You just got the shot. It's not fully rigged out, but it's
got
like a vlogger rig.
Yeah.
Still just bringing that into Waffle House, sitting on a table in front of us, and dude, I would I know how you feel doing that. So how do you get over that stuff?
I just try and think I'm documenting this moment. It's I want to be able to relive it. Mm-hmm. And then I guess that's somewhat interesting because other people want to see experience because it's side tangent, but people like sharing life experiences. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you're doing something interesting or worth noting, it's important to document.
That's good. I dig that. It's so awkward to me. Just having the camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I went crop sensor, because it's so much smaller. Mm-hmm. For one, it's lighter to carry around, but it's just less in everyone's face.
No, I feel like.
But yeah, always curious how people deal with that. Because I'm still not used to it.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Do you get people that ever come up to you about it specifically? Just seeing the camera and have no idea who you are?
Yeah, today at Waffle House.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, the waitress. Yeah, she came up to us as soon as we got in. What is that? Are you filming for YouTube? I was like, we are. She's like, oh my God. My TikTok hit 33,000 yesterday. I was ecstatic.
Nah.
Good for you.
Yeah, there's not much content stuff out here.
Really?
Yeah, nobody really does.
Oh, she was hyped, bro.
Very kind of redneck town almost, but yeah.
It's nice.
That's cool.
We were hearing the interactions. It's so wholesome. It's like, oh, that's the grandson coming in. They just know. It's so pure.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Okay, well we'll jump because I don't know how long are we. 54:40. Oh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty decent actually. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We need to move on. So is YouTube like your full-time job now?
Yeah.
It's like all you do for work.
Ever since the T-bone, I never went back.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was hard, dude. I didn't make like any money.
Explain that commitment, because I feel like that's a lot of people's. I know there's people watching this that like want to be a YouTuber or an automotive influencer. What, I hate that word.
I know, right?
But what is your advice to people that want to do that, and how to make it full time?
Just gotta be about it. We gotta sacrifice a lot to get started.
What are some of those sacrifices?
Time.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And
I'll
then
give you that.
Doing fun stuff, money. Like all the money went back into the channel, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, anyone can do it. That's what I always say. Anyone can do it. Just how much you're willing to do.
What's the biggest mistake you usually see in people that try it?
Giving up.
Like
they'll try and then
do you
stop. Like they just give up. You gotta stick with it. Consistency is also important.
That's what I tell people.
Yeah, because if you don't see the numbers and you stop, then, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't really seeing numbers either. The T-bone.
I tell people, like, especially if it's YouTube, don't even look at the analytics for at least your first 30 videos.
Yeah.
Easy.
Same.
Yeah.
And as long as you're improving each video, you'll be good.
Hell yeah. Where did you learn a lot of this stuff for YouTube?
Just probably editing skate videos.
Really?
Growing up, yeah.
You just kind of like taught yourself? Like you didn't scour YouTube or anything looking for...
I would look up YouTube, like, how to do this, like, in the editing program. So I was already, like, trying to learn it, but, like, what button do I use for, you know, like, little stuff. But self-taught, I guess. Because we would go on skate trips to, like, California for the skate shop, Jarek's skate shop out in Plainfield. I guess they're Crest Hill now, but we would film, like, a whole edit as, like, a promo.
Nice.
And, like, skate, the barracks and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And street spots. So then we had to edit the whole footage together, you know?
That's super cool. Yeah, fucking... Damn, I had something to add to that. I'll think of it in a second. But for... I guess... So when people are starting off... Is there a specific way that you would say a video needs to be structured in order for to gain the like retention that it needs or anything like that?
So structure is style.
Okay.
Everyone has their own editing style. Like look at Night Ride. Their videos are pretty different
Love
from
those guys.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They got their own style, but they do it well.
Yeah.
Adam LZ, he has his own style. He does it well. So as long as you like dedicate to a style, you stick with it, and you're doing something interesting, like that's all it takes.
Yeah.
There's no
it's
like
just branding at that point. It's just giving something for the audience to remember.
Exactly. Don't try and copy someone because then you're just a copy. You're a rep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to be authentic. Got to be yourself.
What are some key details that you would say correlates to your style specifically?
Definitely skateboarding roots.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a lot of skate style, like some random B-roll.
Dude, that's the one that I have noticed is like not just random B-roll, but like the audio that correlates with the B-roll is like just what was already in that clip sometimes. Like if it's just B-roll, but like people are talking in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff.
I'll leave it in there.
That's like, why do you choose to do that?
It makes the viewer feel like they're there.
Okay.
That's what's most important to me. So if someone watches my video, I want them to feel like they were there and they experienced the whole moment with us.
That's super cool. Not a lot of people will put that much like thought or let alone effort to even accomplish that.
Right.
So that's cool that you're putting that time and energy into it. Do you feel like that's been one of the main reasons, obviously besides the whole car, the wreck, all that stuff, that the channel has been so successful, like directly because of that?
I don't think there's any one direct reason. It's probably just a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
Like, you never know what you expect. I got random knowledge from experiences to share, the vibes from all the homies hanging out. Some people like the skating. We'll put that in some of the videos.
Yeah.
Or like RC stuff. It's like, I don't know, just try and keep it interesting. We just film whatever we're up to.
Cool.
Just a good mixture of everything, I guess.
Hell yeah. Well, I know when you were over here, we touched on it a little bit, but like, what does this, like, the skate mentality actually mean to you?
Skate brain, as I like to call it.
Skate brain.
It's the, man, okay, I guess I'll describe it first. So, skateboarding is hard. Let's start with that.
Ungodly hard, actually.
Yeah. Once you start progressing and learning tricks, you realize it's limitless. And you realize how difficult some tricks are just by looking at it. Because, if you don't skate and you see someone do, let's say, an inward heel, for those that don't know, that's a pretty difficult trick. But if someone has that dialed in and you know skating, it's that much cooler. So it's like, damn, he has that trick. That must have taken a long time to figure out how to position your foot, move it out of the way in the air, catch it. There's a lot to skateboarding.
Especially if you've tried it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Really fuck with your brain.
So growing up, I was skating a lot with friends, all day, all night, to and from school. Before I had a car, I would skate to and from work. So it was engraved in me to just constantly progress, because skateboarding is progressive and it's a mental battle. So like trying a trick, there's always going to be a risk factor for getting hurt, for breaking your board, and then the possibility to land it. So what you picture in your mind is what will happen. You have to imagine the whole, like if you're doing a kickflip crook, like shove out, that's a lot to think about. Yeah. It may not look like it when you're just doing the trick, but it's like you thought about that before it happened. So it's the constant training of manifestation, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, I want this to happen. What do I need to do to make it happen? That's skateboarding.
Do you not see that as just like pattern recognition?
Could be.
Because that's kind of the way this sounds dumb, but I've always thought of it as like a mechanical thinker. So if you learn the basics of anything, you can very easily put together the rest of it. If you just know those basics, because it's like Lego blocks at that point. Everything connects, has a way. So that's kind of the way my brain works.
Yeah, definitely. So, very similar for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. How does that relate to drifting, you think? Or how have you carried that over into drifting and cars and all that stuff?
The constant push for like either more power or how close you are in tandem, or how good your line was, how smooth it was. Try it with no e-brake. Try it with e-brake in a different spot. Try with low power. Low power is my favorite. Yeah. Because you got to send it. Low power is a driver.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just, different aspects to everything, but.
It's crazy that you say that, but like, now that I've tried the sim, dude, all of that stuff, you can train like that on the sim, which is unreal to me, for one. But especially if you have like a good sim, like Sim HQ, they have all the fucking crazy stuff. Yeah. So you would be able to learn that very fast, and all of those second nature techniques and stuff if you got used to the sim. So for anyone that doesn't know, he says he's not the greatest at the sim.
I'm bad at sim.
So what keeps you away from the sim to train those things and not spend so much money, always having to be in a car to practice?
Probably time. I just don't have the time for driving sim. Plus,
I said that too.
It doesn't feel the same either. I'd rather RC drift than sim. I will say that.
Explain that then.
I feel like RC, you get more of a drift feel than sim, because it's less of a screen and more of like, this is actually happening, and people are filming it. It's a subculture to drifting that I feel like is kind of untapped still by actual drifters. It's almost like just now growing. Yeah,
because there is like real life consequences if you tap their door too hard or something.
It won't break or anything, but it's less of a risk, just like the sim. There's like no risk really. Like you're not really going to break parts, but you're still getting proximity or like line, your flick, your entry, throttle control.
But you still have to deal with like consumables and stuff with RCs. So like the amount of money you're putting into it versus a sim would eventually outweigh.
Oh yeah, price to price, I'm sure the sim was probably better, but you get a physical Peace, dude. I gotta go get you the RC car.
Yeah, you're supposed to bring it in here, but
I can go get it.
You can go get it if you want.
Right,
that's fine.
I'll go get it. This is the reason you need one.
So for emphasis, I always think these things are way smaller than they actually are. So it's like
1/10 scale.
1/10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's like are there bigger ones than that?
Nah.
Okay. This is like the average. Like,
oh yeah.
Or do they make them smaller?
They're smaller, but
really?
It's not like the same. You don't get the same like feel.
Mm.
It's almost too snappy if it's smaller.
Okay. So how much would one of like this exact setup cost? Like don't exclude all the detail making it identical, but like just that setup with the shell.
So I mean the body alone, I paid my friend Mr. Matt Bartell with div set to do. Kills it on bodies. He charges like $250 to do the body, plus the body and the accessories, another probably $200. So the body can add up, but you can get bodies cheap. Like we ordered one for him for like $40 from Japan.
Oh, cool.
Japan, pre-made, had lights and everything.
Oh shit.
But it's what's inside that, really makes it drive differently.
Yeah. And those are just magnetic, right? They just magnetized to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So okay, so explain some of this stuff going on underneath, like how, like, and compare it to a real car too, so that like
people,
I can understand.
I feel like people don't understand, but like you can adjust the spring rates, the height of the coil. You can adjust like your upper control arm for camber, your toe, your lower control arm length.
Yeah.
The position of everything. This is like your steering rack, your servo. This is your ESC, which is like the ECU, your motor.
Okay.
Then you can like everything is moddable.
Yeah.
You can add rear toe. You can change the diff to a LSD, CLSD, ball diff, open diff, welded diff.
And I assume the ECUs are like tunable and stuff.
Yep,
like
everything's tunable. Even the servo is tunable. The feedback for that.
That's so cool.
The gyro is tunable. Gyro is, I like to say it's caster. So like when you clutch kick in a real car, you're going to have like the steer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
RC cars didn't have that a few years ago. So it's like, I don't want to say it's new tech because it's been around, but that's what made it realistic to drifting. Because you would have to counter steer manually.
It gives like a clutch kick effect.
It gives a counter steer effect. So like when you're in drift, it's counter steering for you. Like a real car would.
That's so cool.
Like a real car.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a Yokomo YD2 SX3.
I'm like dumbfounded right now. It's so intricate.
Oh, yeah. This is nothing. You should see some of the guys at the track.
Yeah.
I mean...
actually, speaking of that, there was one of the Drift Games videos I saw. They were talking about the different tires and stuff. Like, they actually do have a grip level difference and stuff.
These are top line HD PE.
What are they actually made out of?
It's
like
different
just ABS plastic?
Yeah. Different plastic ratings.
Huh.
These will last forever if you drive it inside. But if you drive outside, obviously it eats through tires. You gotta like swap.
That's so funny. Yeah. Is it easy to like? Do they just pop on?
Oh yeah, they slide off.
Tires.
Yeah, look.
What the fuck, dude?
Tire change. There's some that are hard to put on. You gotta take the wheel off and use a tire tool.
No way. Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. Highly recommend if you wanna.
Oh my god.
Spend the winter indoors.
Yeah. Now, how like are places that do this stuff very common?
It's growing
like tracks
rapidly.
And stuff.
It's growing rapidly.
Okay.
This is gonna be the new wave. I feel like. Because drifting is it's getting hard to do.
Yeah.
For like the average person, unfortunately. I mean, you can still do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. Get a Z
right.
G35 or something and send it. But RC drifting, you kind of get the same feel. Can't lie.
I'm gonna have to see you do it.
Yeah,
try it.
Come by tomorrow in Cookville.
That's so fucking wild. All right, we're a couple like good websites people could get good RC parts, bodies.
We're trying to start our own website to do this. I can't plug us yet, but yeah.
When will that be done?
Who knows? It's so hard to find.
Still far from now. Oh,
yeah,
okay. I gotcha.
The idea is there.
Make sure you're following along on his channel so you can stay up to date on that.
Yeah.
And then we can just leave it at that.
There
you can figure out your own places for now. Okay. That's another deep one, but what keeps you motivated? That kind of plays off of the topic we had earlier. But
That's a good one. So I think the thought of life pre T-bone, because I wasn't always, I didn't always have this mentality of positive mindset, I guess you can call it. So post T-bone, I was like, damn, I should have died. I got another chance.
Yeah.
I should probably make it worth it now that I realize how fragile life is. So I'd say what keeps me motivated is the thought of staying positive. As long as you're staying positive and seeing potential and opportunity and just trying to make the best out of situations, it just comes.
Yeah. I think it's good that people are getting to see this side of that accident as well, because like it was like glorified and made into this whole media thing, and it was really cool, but a lot of people have just taken it as not a joke, but like something that can be joked about, have some fun with and stuff. But there is, like you said, that very serious side to it. It's like, dude, I almost fucking died too.
Oh, yeah.
So like, as much as like I'm making this seem funny and cool, like, don't do this shit. So it's really interesting to see that side of it.
Yeah.
I feel like most people don't ever see that. Have you ever talked about that at all?
What?
Like just the almost death side of it.
I mean, here and
more
there.
in depth.
Yeah. Not like in depth, but yeah, I brought it up to like people in person, not like publicly though.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Well, again, we don't have to go down that road of sappy stuff, but
right. Always turn sappy.
So okay, where do you get the money to dump into all of these project cars? Because I'm sure from the audience perspective, it does seem like a lot of money, but like I know you're getting some of this stuff from like junkyards and like you're finding your deals. So
I find the deals. I almost never pay like the going rate just because I grew up broke, so I know how to find deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the
self-sustain or die.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there are some things I have to buy retail just because I need it quick. But if it's something that's like planned out, I'll just, I'll be browsing, just seeing deals. And I'll just collect the parts. And when the time comes to use it, I already got it.
Yeah.
But
do you always like try and keep a fund like set aside for deals that pop up? Like even if it's small?
I probably should, but like when a good spec wheel pops up, I'm weak.
Yeah. You just I gotta make it work.
You don't want to see my basement.
Yeah. Well, like what happens in those moments? Because obviously, oh God.
It's bad. It's like a problem now.
Damn. Yeah. Well, like, okay, so what do you do when those moments come up where you see a good deal on a set of wheels and you're like, fuck, I don't have the money
in my pocket?
Where do you get the money from?
It's just ready. Don't have it. It's ready to rock.
So you do keep it fun.
I guess so. Yeah.
You playing games?
No, for real.
Oh. Check out this new wheels I got.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, they're cheap. I mean, a lot of them are banged up, but I'm like, I'll refresh it.
Are they usually like really bad offsets and stuff?
No, only good specs.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's so wild that you find these deals. Like, I feel like I can't find them anywhere around here.
Oh yeah, I don't find them I don't find them in the States. Let's just put it at that.
Oh. What's the sauce? Where are we at, huh?
I don't know, man.
You want to share the secret off the podcast?
I've showed it in some videos before.
Really?
Yeah. So the real ones know where to find it.
Okay. We'll leave it at that then. That's fine. All right. What caused you to actually get into cars, like in the first place?
Probably a mixture of, building these model cars as a kid. My dad teaching me like early on how to build model cars. So that Hot Wheels, PlayStation 2, that was my first gaming console. First game was Need for Speed Underground. Second game was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Crazy.
Dude, those games were fun. I am not a big video game guy, but playing like Skate 3 and stuff.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I miss those days.
Mm-hmm. So I'd say that probably got me into it. And then Fast and Furious comes out, game over.
Yeah. Fast and Furious was the break.
Yeah.
Not Need for Speed? That's surprising.
What?
Need for Speed Underground? I feel like when you ask someone, how did you get into cars? It's either Fast and Furious movies or Need for Speed Underground.
It's probably a
and
mixture
that's
of
like
both
the
of
going
those.
to rate.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, actually, why do you think a lot of like skaters, BMX guys, like that industry of extreme sports, venture over to not just drifting but motorsports in general?
I think you get the same feel. Some people are in it, the extreme stuff, for adrenaline. Some people are in it for style. Some people are in it for the escape, like the mental escape. It's a form of meditation the way I see it.
Yeah.
And you can combine all of these things into one. But the thing with motorsports is you have less of a injury factor. Yeah, you could die doing it, but it's not like skating where you can break your leg on any given attempt.
True.
Like it's a risk every time skating. But drifting, you're like, it could happen, but it's not as likely.
It's very highly unlikely.
Right.
And okay, so if you had to pick a motorsport to probably say is the most dangerous, which one would you say?
Dude, rally. Those
agreed.
They're
100% fucking
crazy.
agreed.
Just sanding it on blind hills.
It's either rally or wheel to wheel.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, the thing that people don't understand about drifting is like I think Scott from Grip Royal explained this best. Like, we ride the cusp of chaos almost. Like, we're controlling the chaos in motorsports. Usually in anything like wheel to wheel or rally, you're pushing the car to the point where you almost hit that limit.
Yeah.
But we're dancing on it. Like, we know how to control that limit, and usually we're not going nearly as fast. So like the road race guys or wheel to wheel, whatever, if you get past that limit, usually it's like a very scary situation. Like, you're already too fast to be able to catch that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't even quite know where I'm going with that, but drifting is not like dangerous hardly at all, which is wild. Street
drifting can be dangerous.
Oh yeah,
but
would you ever do rally?
Probably not.
Really?
That's crazy, dude.
That is the one other motorsport
I would try
I really want to do.
I would try it in like a controlled environment, like on a rally track. But the people that are just like sanding it through back roads.
Oh no!
That's crazy.
No, I'm not doing that. You can keep all that, man.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's see. This one is random, but we gotta tackle this one. KA or SR?
Why not both?
That's what I be saying, man.
Hey, KA is a big block SR. Just saying.
That's a weird way to put it.
It's already stroked and honed.
But why do so many of them fail?
Poor build.
Especially, sorry, people are going to scream at me for saying that. KAs are great. You can piss in them and they'll still run.
It's true.
But as soon as you turbo them, I see a lot of people have issues.
Because they want...
What is that issue?
They want built engine power on stock block. See my Z? 5 PSI. Daily driven, street abused, drift track, overheated, probably. I don't have gauges in it, so probably. No problems, no complaints. Good engine. Found it in the junkyard.
That's how the VQ was when that car still had factory motor.
Really?
It was just a 170,000 mile junkyard motor. Had no idea the life of it.
Those junkyard motors.
It hit. I could not get it to blow up, dude. It's crazy. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, I think the secret is not trying to squeeze every ounce of power out of it. Like, even my RB, I have the boost turned down. It's a Neo on my S13.
How much boost are you running on?
5.
5? That's it? Damn.
You don't need more than that. I mean, you could, but like, for me, I don't know about it. I want to be able to beat the fuck out of it and just know it'll take it. And then drive it home.
Fair.
Because I don't have a truck and trailer.
I want to hit 20 PSI and leave it.
20. Yeah, 20 would feel crazy, but for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I want mine to last forever.
I want to keep it comfortable about 17 PSI and just have it run healthy.
It'll take it too.
Oh, yeah. I watched the previous owner beat the living dog shit out of that motor. on this turbo.
Oh, really?
That was going out very easily on a Nistune ECU. So just controlling, you know,
that's sketchy.
the boost gauge, and he had it pumped up to what his math was about 19. And I'm like, what? And he just took it all the time. He'd fucking go up to Beach Bend and, you know, stand on left foot brake and limiter around the entire track doing LSS layout. Nuts.
That's great.
And he just took it. So I was like, I'm sold. I'll take that. And it just keeps.
I guess it also plays into what kind of drifting style you want to. Because I really like the low power feel. Like having to just like, you're either on throttle all the way or off throttle. Like just.
I do agree.
It makes the driver good. And it makes it fun. Especially when you connect a lap.
That's the roots of it.
Exactly. The core.
It's the best part.
Core is important.
Yeah. Especially you like, not even just an AE86 would be like the pinnacle of.
Definitely.
You know, hearing in the distance. But like, even just hearing like a Miata, dude, they sound like dog shit, for one. Especially because it's always some dude that like straight piped it. But as soon as I hear a Miata out there just fucking I'm like, dude, you fucking go, right? Man. I love it. Sick. That's the energy of drifting to me.
I agree.
It's so good. If you could pick like your dream low power car, what would it be?
KA S13.
Really?
Best car.
Still with the KA.
Dude, KAs are good.
Oh, you didn't answer that. KA or SR? Which one's better? You gotta answer it. Man. Sorry. You've brushed past too many questions already.
No. I will say I am a KA guy, but I understand the SR hype.
I feel that.
The power to weight ratio is superior for the SR.
Yeah.
The car is so nimble, it grips up quick, and it's fast. It's like
I don't have enough weight in the conversation to like, or experience to have the weight in the conversation. But just going off sound, man, SR is way better.
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry. SR sounds
gotta hear
so
the Z.
Freaking good.
I gotta send you an exhaust clip of the Z, the KAZ turbo. Man,
yeah.
It's like,
right. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, well, for those, just so we can clarify on that one topic of why when people turbo a KA, it blows up. You said it's because of not having the engine bored out, stuff like that.
I think it's mostly like the tune. That's the most important thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So good engine management, good turbo system. That's really it. I mean, obviously you want a good intercooler too, but
yeah,
you know, you get what you pay for at the end of the day.
So throw a link ECU on it. Get your expansion looms with all your sensors.
Yep.
Dun, da, da, da.
Map conversion.
Yeah.
And then coil pack conversion. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Because that's, you know, SR has that over the KA. They already have smart coils.
Yeah.
So.
That's the one thing I had to change. Which, speaking of, remind me to get you those Neo coils.
Oh, yes.
Just because. Get them out of my fucking way. Okay, well, we'll move on from that. How do you make so many connections and inspiration for the builds?
Connections. I'd say I made most of my connections pre-YouTube. Just from picking up parts, going to events, going to car meets, going to drift events, just talking with people.
Yeah.
Just by being about it, I guess. You know, just in the scene, you're going to know someone, you know. Plus, you build a car that looks decent, performs enough, you're progressing in your driving, people are going to notice, you know, no matter what it is.
Okay. Do you ever utilize, like, sponsorship at all for any of your builds, really?
I don't think so, no. Like, I have no sponsors. I have zero sponsors, I can say that. But I feel like I want to keep my authenticity for as long as possible because I can choose the exact parts I want for my builds. Yeah. Which I feel like makes the videos even more real because it's like, I'm not doing it for the money.
I mean, I feel like you still could.
I could. But
because I still do the same thing. Like, I'm not going to, if a brand reaches, I've had to turn away brands myself where, like, they reach out and I'm like,
right.
No offense, but I'm good. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Like, you could always still stick to your creativity. But I do get what you mean. Like, that, you know, that voice in the back of your head. It's like, oh, don't say that, or don't say that just in case.
Or like, you need to post this many things of this, and post this, promote this. I don't really want that. I might need to start doing that, unfortunately. But
with the way the world is, like, yeah, to be able to sustain it for long enough.
Yeah, because I'm just getting by, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
But
I think you've curated a very strong audience anyways. I think having sponsors would only benefit you. I don't think it would hurt you hardly at all. Most of your audience, I feel like, would be very understanding.
Definitely. I just want to make sure it's with a brand that I actually want, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we'll get there eventually.
Is there, if you had a brand in mind, what would one be that you would love to work with one day?
That's free.
Didn't have to be
That's
soon.
Free promo. Probably, dude.
You don't have to say a name.
All right.
Say what they manufacture or
coilovers.
Coilovers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's fair. Well, BC's, baby. I'll do it for you. No, I'm just kidding. That is very, very needed. What coilovers do you run?
Stance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Stance is a good company.
I know. I worked there. I got to see them hand built.
Yeah.
I got to talk with the owner. I got to see him pound coils out, put them on the dyno, tune them. I'm like, this guy's about it.
That's cool.
And there's lore behind it too, because it's actually based off of an old Japanese coilover from like the 2000s.
I've always liked that.
I'm planning to do a video with them and like go over the roots and stuff, but
Hell yeah.
yeah, hopefully when I get back from the trip.
Cool, dude. I love it. Okay, well, did you have anything to add on to, like, connections and all that stuff?
That's good. Or
Cool.
connections, like, yeah, I guess that's how I make them, just by being in the scene.
Yeah.
But not with YouTube. People will reach out and be like, hey, you want to do this? Or I got this.
True.
You know, this is just sitting. Do you want to use it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll use it.
Is there any connection that you've made over the years that has probably been extremely beneficial to your YouTube career or cars or whatever?
It's not like one person in particular. I think it's just the combined unity of everyone just watching. Because even if you watch it, you're still kind of connected in a way because you're supporting the channel, you know, just by watching the video.
Do you think it's important to, like, I guess, curate that actual bond? Like an actual physical bond between you and the audience?
Oh, a physical
and not
bond.
that it's just someone watching?
I think it's important because then people are like, oh, dude, he actually wants to, like, meet us? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a regular guy. You know, I'm doing the same thing I did before. All I'm doing now is filming it.
Yeah.
And the fact that I get to host meets in states I've never been in is, like, pretty surreal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to meet all these people and see their builds.
That's so cool.
And just see how they relate. You know, it's just more of a connection.
When did you get to the point where you had an understanding that there actually was people on the other side of the camera? Because, like, for me, I'm to the point where, like, I feel like if I threw a meet just solely myself, I don't think people would actually give a shit.
I think they come out, dude.
Just because, like,
Circle and drift,
my
bro.
audience is that, but that's what I see. Like, when did you notice it? That you actually had people on the other side of that camera?
Probably when I would go to a different state and then I'd see comments like, yo, come stop by this spot. Like, you're so close to my place. Like, people would get hyped about, like, just even being in their area. I'm like, dude, no way. That's crazy. What if I just hosted a meet there? Because that's how I met people, is from meets.
Okay.
You know? So that's why I'm like, all right,
So
let's
it
just try and host some
digs
meets.
into the roots even more.
Exactly. Core.
That's cool, man. I love that.
I appreciate that.
And that's where a lot of us came from too. Like, I came from the stance meets and stuff. Like, that was my thing before drifting.
Okay.
So I'm excited for later to go to this meet for one, because I haven't been to a meet in years.
Really?
Oh yeah, just a
hope it doesn't
normal
rain.
ass car meet, dude. I haven't been to one in forever.
Those are my best nights. Just chilling at a car meet.
True. For one, I don't have a car that I can, legally drive on the road that
That's
looks
all right.
decent.
I'll give you a plate.
Oh hell. Turbos and everything's ripped off of it. It's not going nowhere. All right. Well, we'll move on because I know we're getting really long. What cars do you try to avoid when you're looking for a new build?
I don't know. It's a good question. Because the builds that I have purchased, at least the recent few, like the Gloria, someone sent me that link on Snapchat. They're like, bro, this has your name all over it. I'm like, you're so right. Messaged the guy, picked it up like the next weekend.
so well.
Yeah, straight up. Anything smashed, I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god!
Like-
Are they about to send it to the scrapyard? That's me,
My
dude.
Green
I'm all
Z?
in.
Was a part out car. It was done being parted out. Like the glass was all busted out of it. Like everything was gone that was usable.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you want to sell that car? Like, do you want to buy
Bro,
this thing?
what?
Yeah.
Sure, save me a trip to the scrapyard.
$500.
That's sick.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that answered. What was the question?
Well, what? Yeah, that didn't answer it at all, actually. What cars do you try to avoid when looking for a new build?
I don't know. Anything that's not from the 90s. That's the best thing I could say. Every car I've owned has been from the 90s.
But
That's the only
that
criteria.
contradicts yourself like entirely. You're telling people to avoid everything that you look for.
No, avoid. Oh, like for someone else to buy? I just personally buy things that are only from the 90s, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so like avoid anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
heard you wrong then. My bad.
No, you're good.
No, I totally agree with that. I can see that. There's some early
There are.
2000 cars that
There
are pretty
are.
fire.
Early 2000s has some of a pass because it was made in the 90s at least.
Right.
It was
yeah.
designed in the 90s. All right.
They still had, they knew it was gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Okay, well, I guess since you do have a reputation of buying cars that are like
Junk.
heavily damaged, why do you choose to do that rather than finding a clean shell to work off of?
I think it's cooler. Yeah, I don't know. Better, cooler to build something from nothing. It's like, damn, that thing was junk.
Yeah.
And then you see the final product, and then you can be like, that thing was about to get scrapped. Like, no way. That thing's mint. It's like, yeah, that thing was cooked.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's cool. It's like you created something, you saved something, you made something better than what it was. It's so easy. Like the Impala, the R34 Impala. That car was already like pretty decent. I just did maintenance on it, wheels and coils.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
By the way, is there a reason you call it an Impala other than the fact that it looks like an Impala?
It just looks like an Impala.
That's just why you call it that?
The SS, super sedan, silver sedan, street sedan. It's just a perfect Impala.
Oh my god. I love that. That's fucking hilarious. I didn't know if there was like an inside joke to that or something, so I had to ask real quick.
Oh, it looks like an Impala.
Oh, that's funny. That's arguably my favorite car that you own.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a big sedan guy, dude. I don't know. That 32 sedan is like my ultimate dream car, like straight up.
Those are sick.
I love them, dude.
My brother has one. It's too good.
Yeah. They're so fucking expensive and trash now, though.
He got his pre-COVID, thank God.
What? How much you
Yeah.
pay for it?
Going rate, but still, we'll say half of what the going rate is now. Probably less than half. Turbo,
Damn,
manual.
That sucks, man. Oh, it hurts. I want it. Well, do you have your eyes on any new builds coming up?
A building.
A building?
Yeah. No, I can't buy
Oh,
a car,
okay,
dude.
duh. Yeah, sorry.
I
That
got.
keeps slipping my mind.
I have 4 cars not at my house because I just don't have room. I got
Yeah,
an
you need to
overflow
open
parking
up.
lot at my neighbor's house. I got the Black Z is at my friend's dealership.
I'm sure just move down south. It's all cheaper down here anyways.
I'm debating it, dude. It's
You
nice out here.
definitely should. Just come on down with them.
Come on down.
I'd run it.
Hey, Tennessee's the move.
He said, I'm in, bro. Just say when.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Okay. Well, we'll move on from that. If you weren't doing YouTube right now, and this was your career path, where do you think you would be in life?
I would either try and start my own shop or be working at some sort of performance shop or maybe, my last job, I was a general manager at a auto body parts warehouse.
Oh, nice.
So, it was dry.
Oh, yeah.
The days were long. I did not like that life.
I
But,
was a prep guy in a body shop and did minor body work.
but
So
at least you're, moving and using your hands.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. That helped a lot.
Behind the desk, dude. I felt my soul just dying.
Yeah.
So bad. So probably something with my hands. Best way to put it.
I feel that. Yeah. Is there any, like, so what did you do, what job was it before YouTube?
My very last job was a general manager.
That was the last job?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then before that, I worked at AMS Performance, like the GTR Lambo shop.
Yeah.
Before that was TF Works. And then before that was another desk job.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, Little Caesars.
So did you always... Little Caesars. I've actually never worked in the food industry, and I refuse. I never will. But
that's nice.
Yeah.
It's rough.
No. I did. Actually, I lied. I did this one festival job. It was one day, and I worked half the day selling these greasy-ass fucking fries that we were spinning with a drill in the back of the tent. And then frying them right there. Dude, I had half the day... I had the most massive migraine I've ever had in my life. I was puking by the end of the night. Dude, it was so bad. That's the only experience I ever had in the food industry, and I refuse.
Shout out to anyone in the food industry that's getting it done. That's crazy.
Screw that. If you had to suggest a prominent career path to anyone that doesn't necessarily want to be a YouTuber or any type of content creator, but wants to have some involvement with cars, what would you suggest, or what you would probably do?
As much as I'd like to suggest working in a shop, it gets old real fast, especially when it's not on cool cars, like just regular traffic that's rusty. That makes you not want to work on your car when you get home. So
that's very true.
For me, it's something that you can have a good sleep schedule. That's important. No overnight stuff. And something that you will still have energy physically and mentally for when you're done. Obviously, something you enjoy is most ideal for your job, but, it's hard to find these days. Something that's actually fun for work.
Oh, yeah. Because, you hear people say it all the time. If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Mm-hmm. But I've never really understood that until, like, kind of recently. Like, it's hard to even figure out what the fuck you actually love. I have a problem with diving headfirst into shit, realizing I hate it a week later, and then dropping it entirely, and I just wasted a whole week on something that I'm never going to pursue again. So, you know what I mean?
In a way, it's not a waste because you learned from it.
True. I do get that.
So at least you're trying things. That's important too. Because that way you can make sure, you're following your path. Because if you don't try, you don't know.
That's a good way to put that. I like that. Dude, this fucking open-minded shit.
I'm telling you, bro.
Is like
post T-bone changed me.
Post T-bone.
I'm like, that's it. I'm changing the way I think.
Has that been a sticker?
No, it's a term that we use though.
Why haven't you made that a sticker?
I don't know.
Well, like post T-bone something. What is that term you said the other day that I was like we got to put that on a shirt or something? The brain rot? Brain rot?
Oh,
Yeah. Brain rot.
Brain rot?
Yeah.
That's an epidemic.
That's literally the world right now.
Seriously.
Oh. Yeah, anyways.
It's growing. It reached my feet. I was like, no!
How'd you get on this side of things? Oh.
It's growing rapidly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, on the career path of things, what is the one thing about being an influencer that people often misconstrued?
Probably the time that goes into this. Not only is there time put into installing the parts on the car, planning out what parts to get for the car, finding where to get the parts, editing, camera shots, post schedule, thumbnail, title, description, time for friends. Like
whenever the fuck that fits in. Yeah, usually it's just a part of the work.
Yeah. So it's a lot of time that isn't seen off camera. You never clock out. Because once you finish a video, you're already like, what's next? I have to start preparing for whatever's next. So it's a grind for sure.
Especially in your side of things. You have to find a way to be interesting.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time.
And I don't know if you've ever tried it for a day. Have someone come in from out of town and try and plan a whole day for them that's interesting and see how hard it is. That's what a YouTuber has to do on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. Fuck that.
So
this episode, I have to think of questions and then make sure the setup looks good.
I mean, you got it dialed in.
There's a lot of like post-production stuff, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, but your side of things, wild. I don't know how y'all do it.
You're just thinking about it. That's the thing is your brain never turns off.
Yeah.
So that's why I think my sleep schedule is so messed up. We'll be up just late talking about ideas. Like, oh, we should do this.
Yeah.
That's how this trip came about. Straight up. After one night, he's like, you got everything to manual swap the Impala? I'm like, think so. He's like, let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
That's how Vaughn's episode happened.
Really?
Yeah, my mom hit me because my mom travels a lot for work. So she'll hit me up and like, hey, I'm going to this city. You want to just come with? You know anybody out there that you can do a podcast? I'm like, let me think about it. And, give it a day. I'm like, oh, fuck, duh. So I just DM Vaughn, hey, I have the chance to randomly be in town in a week. Do you have some time to sit down for an hour or two? He was like, yeah, does this day work? Perfect. Done. I'll be there.
Hell yeah.
It's that easy. So that is the cool aspect about being in the YouTube space is like those little things that happen so randomly are so fun, man.
Definitely.
Some of the best experiences. What's the craziest last minute trip on that topic that you've had?
This is kind of last minute. This was less than a month of planning, I think.
For the car that was bone stock.
Yeah, the car was bone stock when we made this plan. Manual swap, timing belt, wheels, coils, alignment. What else did we do? I don't know. We did a lot to the car.
Hell yeah.
Full build in the winter.
Well, yeah.
Nothing to build after Mass 13.
Dude.
It's just tinkering.
Yeah. Do you ever think you'll top that with anything? Like build-wise? Obviously, probably not media-wise. That was a media frenzy, but...
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what's next?
Well, you're going to buy some Ferrari that's been... like half of it's gone.
Hey, as long as it's from the 90s.
That's going to be your YouTube one day. As long as it's from the 90s. Oh, I love it, dude. That's so awesome. Okay, well, let's hit some rapid fire questions from these and kind of get these knocked out. What cars look good to you with tan interior?
This many. 0.
Big fat fucking 0. Ew. How? Why even ask that?
They know I'm a tan hater.
Okay.
A lot of my cars came tan. I just throw it all out. Just actually.
So how about black wheels?
Oh no, it's got to go.
Oh,
there's only a few cars that it works on, but it has to be LMGT4s with a Nismo on the spoke. That's it.
Still couldn't even do it. Great wheel, but it's just a black just gets buried.
The bronze would suffice, but yeah, black. It can work, but it's rare. Like 1 in a million.
Yeah. It's like Mike Martino said, you just didn't unlock your wheels yet.
Yep. They're not unlocked yet. That's why
love that, dude.
He's in Nismo, so there's like some indication that there's a wheel there.
Yeah. Chrome all the way, baby.
Yeah.
Chrome to the dome. Is that what the saying is? Chrome
will get you home. That's what we say.
Hey, there you go. All right. What was your life plan before YouTube? I guess you kind of already answered that. Do you want to answer?
Survive.
Cool.
Now we're just living.
Solid point. Let's see. Where do I start to become an automotive YouTuber? I guess you answered that one too. Maybe this one's like an insider, so I'll ask it. You can tell me to cut it if not. Are we going to see more of your girlfriend, a.k.a. Franzi?
Nope.
Why? Should I ask why?
She's no longer in the picture.
Oh. What happened?
We broke up.
Oh.
Yeah, 5 years.
Damn. That's crazy.
It is what it is, man. It's part of life.
Sorry. We ain't gotta do that on the podcast, that's for sure. I didn't know if that was like anything weird. So what is it about the S13 hatch you love so much compared to the other cars?
I think I kind of touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
When it was just, bare bones type of car. It's not really a performance car from the factory, so you got to dial it in a little bit. Plenty of kit options. Can really make any S chassis one of one.
Oh, yeah.
Versatile.
And then how can the average Joe get started working on cars?
By picking up a wrench.
YouTube University, baby. That's it. Dude, I'm telling you, everything I know about cars I've learned from YouTube.
Really?
Like any to swap stuff, just down to doing brakes.
Oh, yeah.
Like
you can learn anything
all of
on
it's YouTube, every bit of it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, so whatever route you want to take, I personally chose the in person with friends plus schooling plus working in a shop. But I mean, YouTube can teach you that too. I didn't watch YouTube growing up. I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. How did you find the love for YouTube if you didn't?
People would message me on Snapchat. They're like, "Bro, make a channel." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "You're doing more than most YouTubers I watch." I'm like, "No, YouTubers are big and famous. Like, I'm just engine swapping cars at 3 a.m." They're like, "Exactly." That was when I was building the Integra sedan.
They got a point, man.
I'm like, all right, well, I'll get around to it. And then I started, actually trying when we built the SR20 hatch.
Yeah.
And I was pulling 100 views a video on YouTube. And then I made the drift event pre-T-Bone, Rio Bash at US Air, drifting. And then that was the last video. And then the T-Bone happened. And then everyone was like, "Yo, what happened?" I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll make a video on how it happened." So, Mint 240 crash, how it happened, blew up.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Damn, all right, guess I got to make more videos now."
Do you think if there wasn't already some proof of concept in a channel sitting there when that wreck happened, do you think it would have blew up the way that it did? Because in my head,
oh yeah, people didn't know.
If I go to that. If I see that video of your car getting demolished, I want to see if there's other videos on that car. So I'm going to go to your channel. And then if I see it's just a brand new channel and that's the only video, I'm immediately I'm going to lose interest.
Right.
Very rapidly.
There are a few
but
videos.
If there's already videos there.
There's only a couple though.
But still,
I took most of them down.
A few videos makes a brand new channel look somewhat full. When you first open up the channel. Definitely. If you know what I mean. So I don't know. This explains a lot of your YouTube style, the way you edit and stuff.
Yeah.
That you weren't obsessed with YouTube, so you don't fall into those.
Oh no.
Those natural parameters of how to tell a story or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying what happened.
That's so cool.
It's just real.
It's like Taylor Ray, dude. You followed the Taylor Ray path.
Okay.
Where he has so far out different style, but it works so well.
Is he the one you showed me with the garage?
Taylor Ray? You don't know who fucking Taylor Ray is?
I don't watch YouTube, bro. I know who he is, but I don't watch YouTube.
The LS Miata? Used to drive clutch kickers all the time.
Dude, I don't watch YouTube.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay, well, I'll show you Taylor is. That's fine.
I've heard only good things about him.
But he's a very... it's usually just him and his buddy in the shop working on his cars. And it's very ASMR, he puts very emphasis on when he's lifting a car on the lift and you get the clicky noises and moving carts around,
making you feel like you're there.
Dude, it's I like that very well. So
hell yeah,
it's cool. It's really cool to see the niche get paved out.
Hell yeah,
just a brand new one. So hell yeah, dude. Let's see. I'll ask, you don't have to answer this, but how much money do you make?
Enough.
No specification? No need?
Just enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really need
again, like I said we were going over these questions last night. How do people even know in the moment?
Yeah.
I could tell you what I made last year probably.
I can ask my
very
tax
easily.
guy.
Yeah, exactly. I could do that, but
I make enough, and I don't need to be rolling in dough to be I need more money. I'm content. But true. I know that I'm going to need to grow if I want to, like a big shop. So we'll see how things go.
Yeah. Cool. Why the S13 hatch?
Best car.
Why that one specifically for the S13s though? Because for me, brick front end, coupe.
Oh, like the combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a brick guy. See, I'm a dual.
Hey,
I like dual
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I like them both, but can't beat it.
But dude, pop-ups.
They also hit.
And then you can make them sleepy eyes.
They're just as good.
There's so many combinations.
I get the
S13.
pop-up. I get that. The hatch, however, just throws me off.
Type X.
Once it gets to the
Cokey
back, it's
Type X
like,
tails, man.
You have to have the Type X tails. If you don't, it looks like a grandma car.
Unless it's a Sil 80, then Zenki tails work.
That's fair. That's fair.
With a B-Wave wing. And LMGT2s.
I'm still a brick coupe guy. Can't do it.
Fair. Goes hard.
And why also RB25 swap?
Okay, so I was on the fence when buying a swap for that car. I was living in an apartment, and I just pulled the KA out. I was ready for power. Probably should have just turboed that engine because it was so healthy.
Yeah.
But I pulled out the KA, welded in tubs, and I was like, whatever drivetrain pops up first, I will buy. It was between S15, SR20, or RB25. I didn't know what a Neo was or S1, S2. That was just, those are my options. So the local importer, Chicago JDM or something, I knew a guy that worked there. He's like, bro.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
He's like, we just got in RB25. I'm like, bet. They thought it was a Series 1 or 2 or something.
When was this again? Like what year?
This is Pig Nose days. What era was that? That had to be at least 6 years ago.
Oh, okay. So this is like pre-COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you the price of that.
That's where I was getting. Yeah.
RB25 swap, and I also picked up a Type R DC2 Integra front subframe for my right-hand drive Integra.
Okay.
All that together was $3,000. Manual trans, and the RB25 ended up being a Neo. They didn't know that.
Dude, that makes me so mad. Cause like,
Good.
I mean, I got a deal on mine. Like mine was a good deal for especially the time. $3,500, motor, trans, ECU.
Oh, that's a good deal.
And S13 swap harness. If you need that harness, you can have it as well. Because I don't need that. But yeah, so like I still got a good deal on mine, so I'm not complaining whatsoever. But man, seeing some of the prices that they used to be back then.
Oh yeah. That was like, it was kind of taxed too at the time. Like RBs were considered boat anchors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they're like cool now because they're rare because so many have blown up.
I think a lot of that is because of Literal. Ryan Literal sparked a big wave of RBs
Really?
in the U.S., I think. Because, like, how else would the average Joe even really know what the fucking RB is?
For real. Australian
the Gallo 24, dog? Like, that's what they probably actually think it is from that movie.
Yeah.
Because they never specified that after that, like, joke, that it was an RB. Like, nobody clarified it.
Right.
So, there's a lot of morons out there that I feel like actually think they're called that.
That'd be crazy.
That was a side tangent that had nothing to do with that.
Has a Gallo 20 in it, though.
Does it? Oh. Oh, that's so funny, dude. Okay. Well, but that's why RB?
Yeah, first drivetrain to pop up.
That's cool. Do you make a lot of decisions like that?
On my own, yeah.
On my own? Absolutely. Is there someone that helps you with those decisions too?
I wish. It would help.
Oh my god. All right. Well, that's majority of the questions on that. We'll start getting to the end of this. So what is your best piece of advice for anyone just getting into drifting?
Don't slap an angle kit on it. And just try and drive the car as is. Do some maintenance. Bump the tires up to like 80, 90 if you're feeling it. Probably 50, realistically. But I put my KAZ at like 90 because it needed it when it was pre-turbo.
Oh,
but
I've gone up to like 60,
Oh,
65-ish.
Definitely.
Anything past that, I get a little scared.
Like you slap it, it's like boing.
Makes that loud ass ping sound.
Yeah. So I'd say just seat time as is, factory. Obviously wheels and coils, you know, but
keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, keep it simple. Get out there and drive. Go fast. Kick the clutch. Get some counter steer. Go from there. Add some power. Don't add angle. Add
keep
power.
spinning out. Go faster. That.
Yeah. Seat time.
Took me forever to understand that when I started.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, and the last one, just a little deeper. I don't know if you've made it this far into an episode, but if you had the opportunity to speak to the entire world, what would your one message be?
Oh, that's deep. If you can picture it in your mind, you can shape it in your life.
Dude, you're big on manifestation and stuff.
That's life, bro.
That's like half the podcast now.
Life is what
great.
you make of it. It's a choice every day.
Cool. I like it. It's a good mindset. Is that it?
That. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Easy. Absolutely. Well, you want to shout yourself out, plug anyone, anything like that?
Sure. YouTube channel, Instagram, everything's the same username. It's PrizzaMike, Prizza. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for having me, bro.
Go hit that subscribe button to him, man. If you didn't already and you made it this far, go ahead and click the one below the video too. Turn the bell notifications on, all that stuff. Do not miss out on 20% on Nova tires. Have you tried them yet?
No, I just upgraded from like Ironmans and that.
Brother! Oh man, we gotta get you on some Novas, dog.
Accelera now. I tried them out.
No, we need to go and push you past.
All right, I'll try them out.
Push you past.
We'll burn them up.
Cool. Yeah, we'll get you on some of those. Yeah, don't miss out. 20% off. Never pay full price if you don't have to. Links to everything you always need are always in the description. So that's all we got. I will see you each and every Sunday. A brand new episode. Thanks. Peace.
Staying way up to the ceiling. Trust no bitch, can't catch no feelings. I've been taking long flights from the Bay to Ibiza. Hit home runs, I'm a ball like Jeter. I just want 4, then I leave her. I'm a young pop star, call the boy Justin Bieber. Got a little money if you want, I can teach you. Whole life a movie, you can watch it in theater. Staying way up to the ceiling. Trust no bitch, can't catch no feelings.